Chip Reid joins me now from outside St. Patrick's Cathedral. What a crowd was there to greet Pope Francis as he was making his way to the cathedral.
It was extraordinary, Contessa. First of all, the crowd, as it always does, went absolutely wild. Every time he would wave to them, there would be a scream go up from whatever corner of the street or corner of this block he waved to. And then he was, you know, if you're into politics, it's good, but then he was greeted by Governor Cuomo and Bill de Blasio and Senator Schumer. That's kind of a downer, actually, compared to all the excitement that was going on here. No offense to politicians. But then he went inside the cathedral. They had those beautiful bronze doors behind me open, and he walked in, and there's a whole series of things that he had to do. There's a whole choreography that goes on at the beginning of a Vespers or evening prayer service. But it was a real treat to see inside that church from here, because it was just an absolutely beautiful scene. By the way, each one of those bronze doors, which were recently renovated, weighs 9,200 pounds. Imagine what they cost. And also, this church was renovated. I believe it was $177 million. They just finished a few weeks ago, or a couple of months ago it might have been. But really, the whole scene was just absolutely perfect, and everybody who came here was thrilled. We talked to some people who came from far away to be here. We talked to one young man who brought his mother from Venezuela and then waited here on the street for 7 hours. And the music you're hearing now is what is actually going on inside that church. It would be nice to be in there. Contessa?
You know, the interesting thing is there will be a lot of opportunities for New Yorkers to catch a glimpse of the Pope, because he has a packed schedule on Friday. He'll be at the United Nations for the General Assembly. He's visiting the 9/11 Memorial. He's visiting a Catholic school in East Harlem, a procession through Central Park, which, by the way, New Yorkers have been warned now for more than a week that Central Park will be closed on Friday. And then, of course, ending the evening at that most religious and sacred of spots, Madison Square Garden.
That's exactly right. Very, very sacred spot for basketball fans, of course. Yes, 5 major events tomorrow. And by the way, that winding trip through Central Park, we are told, will be in the Pope Mobile. So that will be a beautiful sight to behold. But yes, it's astounding for a 78-year-old man, the way they pack his schedule. And he rarely tires. I did see him get tired when he arrived back at the Nunciature. I think it was yesterday, maybe it was 2 days ago. I think it was when he first arrived. And he got there, and there was a whole crowd of children, and everybody predicted he would wade into it. He did not. You could tell he was exhausted. And he went in and got a good night's sleep, and the next day was out going like crazy again. So tomorrow's going to be a very taxing day, a very long day for him with those 5 major events. Plus, he has other little meetings in between with religious leaders of the Catholic Church, things that we don't even know about. So the energy he has is extraordinary, and as we've been saying these last few days, it seems that he feeds off the energy of the people out on the streets who love him so much. That helps him get through these long days.
Oh, but the patience that must be required for all of that listening. Anyone who has kids knows that sometimes you're just desperate for a few minutes of silence, and all day long, from what we've been able to see, there are people who just desperately want the Pope's ear and will take even the 5 seconds they get in that moment to whisper something in his ear. So he does an awful lot of listening, Chip.
That's right. But listen, he does have quiet time. You know, every morning in Rome, and perhaps he's doing it here too if he has the time, he gets up at 4:30 on the dot and he prays by himself. And that is his quiet time, and that is what gets him going on the day.
Chip Reid, doing a fantastic job of covering the Pope's visit to the United States. Chip, we appreciate your presence. Thank you.
Thank you, Contessa.